For many viewers, Eustace Conway seemed like a living legend, someone who stepped out of another century and into the modern world without losing touch with nature. On Mountain Men, he appeared calm, capable, and deeply rooted in a lifestyle most people only read about. He rode horses through forests, built structures by hand, and spoke about life with a clarity that felt almost timeless. It was easy to see why people admired him. In a world full of noise, he represented simplicity. In a culture driven by speed, he embodied patience. But behind every larger-than-life figure is a more complicated truth. What people saw on television was only a portion of the story, shaped by editing, storytelling, and expectations. The real life of Eustace Conway wasn't built on perfection. It was built on choices, sacrifices, and constant adaptation. Understanding him means stepping away from the myth and looking at the man himself, someone navigating both admiration and pressure in equal measure. The philosophy that defined him. At the core of Eustace's life is a simple but powerful belief. Humans are deeply connected to nature, whether they acknowledge it or not. He didn't just talk about this idea, he lived it every single day. From a young age, he chose a path that rejected convenience in favor of experience. While most people pursued careers in cities, he pursued understanding, learning how to build, grow, and survive using the land itself. His philosophy wasn't about rejecting modern life entirely, but about questioning dependence on it. He believed that by stripping life down to essentials, food, water, shelter, and clothing, people could rediscover a sense of purpose that often gets lost. This mindset shaped everything he built, from his daily routines to his teaching methods. It also made him a polarizing figure. Some saw wisdom and discipline, while others saw rigidity and difficulty. But regardless of perspective, it's clear that his beliefs weren't casual opinions. They were deeply held convictions that guided every decision he made. Building a world at Turtle Island. When Eustace founded Turtle Island Preserve, he wasn't just creating a home. He was building a living philosophy. Located in the mountains of North Carolina, the preserve became a place where people could step away from modern routines and reconnect with traditional skills. Visitors learned how to make fire, grow food, build shelters, and understand ecosystems in a hands-on way. It wasn't designed to be easy or comfortable. Instead, it was meant to be real. Eustace wanted people to feel what it meant to rely on effort rather than convenience. Over time, Turtle Island grew into something much larger than a personal project. It became a destination for students, travelers, and curious minds seeking a different perspective on life. But building something like this came with challenges, balancing ideals with practical realities, like funding, safety, and accessibility, required constant adjustment. The dream was powerful, but maintaining it demanded more than passion alone. The reality of living off the land. Living close to nature sounds romantic until you experience the daily reality. For Eustace, this life meant early mornings, physical labor, and an ongoing relationship with uncertainty. Weather, resources, and time all played a role in shaping each day. Food didn't come from a store, it came from effort. Shelter wasn't guaranteed, it had to be maintained. Every task required attention and energy. This lifestyle attracted people who were curious or inspired, but not everyone was prepared for what it actually involved. Some visitors arrived expecting adventure and left realizing how demanding it truly was. That contrast between expectation and reality became a recurring theme. Eustace didn't soften the experience to make it more appealing. Instead, he believed that the challenge itself was the lesson. While that approach helped some people grow, it also meant that others struggled to adapt. The lifestyle he chose wasn't designed for comfort, it was designed for understanding, and that difference shaped how people responded to it. Teaching, mentorship, and expectations. Eustace's role as a teacher added another layer to his life. People came to learn from him with high expectations, often shaped by what they had seen on television or read in stories. They imagined a mentor who would guide them gently into a new way of living. What they found instead was someone who believed in learning through doing. His teaching style emphasized effort, discipline, and accountability. Tasks like chopping wood, hauling materials, and maintaining land weren't just chores, they were part of the education. For some students, this approach was transformative. It gave them confidence and a deeper appreciation for the world around them. For others, it felt overwhelming. The gap between expectation and experience sometimes led to disappointment. But from Eustace's perspective, that gap was necessary. He wasn't trying to create comfort, he was trying to create awareness. His methods reflected his belief that real understanding comes from direct experience, even when that experience is difficult. Television and the weight of visibility. When Eustace joined Mountain Men, his life changed in ways that went beyond visibility. Television brought attention, opportunity, and resources, but it also introduced new challenges. Suddenly, his lifestyle wasn't just personal, it was public. Viewers formed opinions based on what they saw, often without understanding the full context. Editing and storytelling shaped perceptions, sometimes simplifying a complex life into a more digestible narrative. Eustace himself acknowledged the paradox of being part of television while holding critical views about it. He understood that media could never fully capture reality. At the same time, the exposure helped bring awareness to his work and his message. Balancing authenticity with representation became an ongoing challenge. He had to navigate how much of his life to share and how to stay true to his values while operating within a system built on entertainment. Challenges and public scrutiny. Like many public figures, Eustace faced moments of scrutiny that tested both his reputation and his resilience. Operating a place like Turtle Island meant dealing with regulations, safety standards, and legal expectations that didn't always align with his philosophy. At times, these differences led to conflicts with authorities, forcing him to adapt and find compromises. These situations highlighted a broader tension between traditional living and modern systems. While Eustace valued independence, he also had to work within a framework that prioritized safety and compliance. Navigating that balance wasn't easy. It required patience, negotiation, and sometimes change. Public attention amplified these challenges, turning private struggles into widely chronarched topics. But through it all, he remained focused on maintaining the core of what he had built. The path wasn't smooth, but it reflected the reality of trying to preserve something unconventional in a structured world. The human side behind the image. What often gets lost in larger narratives is the human side of the story. Eustace Conway isn't just a symbol or personality. He's a person who has faced challenges, made mistakes, and continued moving forward. His life includes moments of success as well as setbacks, just like anyone else's. The difference is that his journey has been visible to a wider audience. That visibility can create pressure to maintain a certain image, even when reality is more complex. Understanding him means recognizing both sides, the strength and the struggle. It means seeing beyond the idea of perfection and acknowledging the effort it takes to live according to one's values. His story isn't about being flawless, it's about persistence, curiosity, and the willingness to keep learning. What his story really teaches. In the end, the story of Eustace Conway isn't about controversy or mystery, it's about perspective. His life challenges people to think about how they live, what they depend on, and what truly matters. He doesn't offer a one-size-fits-all solution. Instead, he presents an alternative way of looking at the world. Some people may fully embrace it, while others may take only small lessons from it. Either way, the impact lies in the questions he raises. What does it mean to live well? How much do we really need? And how connected are we to the world around us? These are the ideas that stay with people long after the television episodes end. His journey shows that meaning doesn't come from perfection, it comes from intention. And sometimes taking even one step toward a more mindful way of living